Hi, welcome to this video looking at completing the squared for higher tier GCSE maths for the Edexcel, OCR and AQA specification. Okay, so this is an examinable topic, okay, on the summer 2022 exams and also for future exams in case you're watching this later in the year or in the future tense. Okay, but it's explicitly looking at grade 9 GCSE level maths, okay, and it's also appropriate revision for AS pure maths as well. So any student or students doing A level maths, this is fantastic revision for the AS and A2 pure level maths course, okay. We're going to start with question number 1a. Write x squared minus 6x plus 1 in the form x plus a all squared plus b, where a and b are integers. So integers mean whole numbers. Okay, so the way it works, guys, is I write it as x, okay, and then it's going to be minus, and then it's half of the coefficient of the x, so half of 6, which is 3, and then I square that, okay, so x minus 3 all squared, okay, and then now, okay, to work out what b is, well, if I expand this bracket, okay, to the side, I'm going to have x minus 3 times x minus 3, okay, because squared means times it by itself, okay. So if I expand this bracket and I simplify it, okay, I get x squared minus 3x, which is minus 6x. So x squared minus 6x plus 9, because negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, okay. But if we look here, we want positive 1, so we're going to have to subtract, okay, 8, okay. So that's how to work out the value of b, okay? So we have the expression x squared minus 6x plus 1, so, but we get a plus 9 when we expand this bracket. So if we take off 8 at the end, okay, we get that positive 1, okay, which is what we need, okay? Part B. Hence or otherwise, write down the coordinates of the turning point of the graph y equals x squared minus 6x plus 1. So the turning point is the point at which the graph turns. Okay, now the graph turns, okay, at the point 3, negative 8. Okay. This is question number 2, part A. Write x squared plus 8x plus 5 in the form x plus a all squared plus b, where a and b are integers. Okay, again, it's x plus half of the coefficient, okay, of x, so x plus 4, okay, and then I square this bracket, okay. Sorry, it should make a curly bracket there. Oops. Sorry, guys. I think the mouse has been a bit laggy, sorry, this morning. Okay, x plus 4 all squared. Okay, then I'm gonna, so I want positive 5, but if I square this, I get positive 16. So I need to take away 4 squared, okay, and then add the 5, okay. So we're gonna get x plus 4 all squared, and then we're going to have minus 16 plus 5, which is minus 11, Okay, and we can check our answer by expanding it. If we expand this bracket, we get x squared plus 8x plus 16. Take away the 11, gives us that plus 5 there, which is what we want. Okay. The second part, hence or otherwise, write down the coordinates of the turning point on the graph y equals x squared plus 8x plus 5. So the turning points are just the signs. Okay, so it's minus 4, minus 11. Okay, so the x coordinate is always the opposite to the sign that's inside the bracket. Okay, so it's always when the squared bracket equals 0 essentially. Okay, so that's the coordinates of the turning point. So it's at the point where the graph turns. Okay, so it would look something like that, let's say, for argument's sake. Okay, so something like that, okay, is what I call a turning point. So it's at the point where the graph obviously changes its direction. Okay, and for those of you doing A-level maths, okay, it's a change of like a gradient essentially. Okay, to help you out there. Okay, question number 3, write x squared plus 10x plus 2 in complete in square form. So it's going to be x plus half of the coefficient of x, so half of 10 is 5, so x plus 5 all squared, subtract 5 squared, which is 25, and then plus that 2. Okay, when I simplify this, I get x plus 5 all squared minus 23. Okay. Part B, working out the coordinates of the turning point. So it's going to be negative 5, negative 23. Okay. Let's remember that the sign is always opposite the sign in the bracket. Then it's negative 23 for that one. Okay. And then obviously close the bracket here because it's a set of coordinates. Okay. So turning point, okay, we say, is the point at which the graph turns. Okay, you may actually be given like a negative quadratic. Again, that's also, okay, a turning point. Okay, so that's also a turning point as well. Okay, so it's at the point where the graph changes its direction. So those of you that are trying to push yourselves a bit harder, okay, or a bit higher for higher tier GCSE maths, essentially it's at the point where the gradient starts to change. It goes from either a negative to a positive gradient, or a positive to like a negative gradient. Okay, and stuff like that. Okay, question number 4. Okay, write this in completed square form. Again, so it's going to be x minus the half of 2, which is 1. Square that, I get, and then minus 1 squared minus 1 becomes minus 2. Okay. Write down the coordinates of the turning points, where it's going to be 1, negative 2. Okay, and if you're ever unsure about any of these questions, guys, please do go ahead, obviously pause it. Okay, try expanding the bracket and collecting like terms, and you will always get the answer that is in the question. Okay, so when you complete the square, guys, just to be clear, it's half of the coefficient in the x. Okay, and then you square the bracket. And then you take away or you add the extra bit depending on if the number that you square is bigger or smaller than the number that is on the outside, if that makes sense. Okay, so the minus 2 here came from this negative 1 squared, and then take away this 1. Negative 1 take away negative 1. Sorry, negative 1 take away 1 is negative 2 essentially. Okay, that's how I worked out that answer. Okay, so you can always check by expanding all your brackets. Okay, so it is recapping your ability of expanding double brackets, so make sure that you're happy with that. If you're not, then go and check out my other video on how to expand double and single brackets, just so you're happy, and how to collect like terms. Okay, but this is a question that is very, very, very likely to come up, okay? I've seen it on the AQA Advanced Information for the summer 2022, and I've seen it also on the EdXL, okay, summer 2022 exams, okay? So it is examinable for this calendar year. Okay, but obviously, if you're watching it in the future, then it may be examinable for the next series of exams. Okay, but I hope that made sense, guys. I hope you were able to take something away from today's lesson. Okay, if you've got any questions, any queries, put it in the comments section. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye for now.